Check this out. Kathy Griffin is blasting Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Let's go.
Okay, I'm weighing in on the whole Danny Masterson, Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis thing because it's so difficult to get a conviction in a rape trial. It's almost impossible. Most prosecutors, well, all prosecutors will not even bring the case to trial unless there's an incredible amount of evidence because it turns into a he said, she said, and historically juries, are very trepidatious to say the least about convicting
Exactly.
a guy of SA
Exactly.
uh, because there's still a lot of stigma about whether or not the woman asked for it, etc. But the notion that this guy was also convicted of drugging these women, and I believe this case was only two women. Sorry about that. Hey, hey. Oh,
Kathy got to
but
handle her dogs.
that is such serious stuff that I don't really care that when they were working on that 70s show, he was like a good guy to work with. And he worked actively to keep people off drugs because he's a Scientologist. And by the way, those freaks need to go down as well. In my opinion, allegedly, this is parody, Scientology is absolutely a cult and a deadly
Oh my God. Did she really just say that? All right.
one at that. Leah Remini does great work with her partner Mike Rinder about that if you want to check them out. Um, all right, so I'm going to open up about something, and this video is long. I apologize, but my brother, who's now dead, his name was Ken Griffin, was a pedophile. I wrote about it in my first book, and it was a horrible, horrible thing. And I tried to get him caught. Now, this was my brother. So I don't want to hear about Ashton and Mila and Giovanni Ribisi and people that feel like they had to stick up for Danny Masterson because he was their bro, he was their buddy.
Mm-hmm.
This was my own brother.
Mm-hmm.
And two of his girlfriends confessed to me. He also physically abused them very violently. And I called LAPD about it twice because my brother was the super of a building and that's how he gained access to his
Wow.
victims because he was the manager of an apartment building in
Oh
Hollywood.
my
So he
God.
had keys to all the units. And he allegedly, because he never went to prison for it, he went to prison for something else, molested a boy and a girl because most pedophiles don't care about gender. Um, this has been something that caused a giant rift within my family. I only have one surviving brother at this point who is an innocent person. And my brother John's a good guy. Um, but for many years, I was shunned from my own family because I was trying to get my brother Ken arrested. And when I called LAPD, they actually said, we can only go and even do a door knock, like ask one of the victims about this. If your brother personally walks into the station and confesses, or if one of the kids confesses and goes to authorities.
Oh my
And
God.
both times I said, you think a 10-year-old is going to walk into like the precinct on Bronson or whatever and ask for help? It doesn't work that way in this crime. And so nothing happened. And I was in and out of my family, and sometimes they would write me letters saying I'm not a Griffin anymore and all this nonsense. But we all, it was a horrible thing. In a way, he was, he was the focal point of the family in a way because it was such a serious thing. Um, so it's always haunted me that I could never do anything about it. And I think about those children every day, and I think about other victims he probably had. And the the difficulty in getting a conviction in SA cases, the bar is so high that I tend to absolutely believe the victims when there's even a trial because it's so hard to
Absolutely.
even get to a trial. And I could never do anything about my brother, and I felt so helpless. And the women that he was with at the time were so physically abused; they were in that place, and I don't blame them 100%. But the point is, blood was not thicker than water in my case. And if you know that somebody is committing SA, you should do something if you can. My God, at least try.
Mm.
So, anyway, there's my 2 cents about this. And that's why I find this whole case so, uh, it brings up a lot of emotions in me and it should in all of us. So, believe the victims. For people to even go to the police, they don't do it lightly. They don't do it
Mm-mm.
lightly. I mean, that's just my observation. Okay, guys.
Shout out to Kathy Griffin for speaking out. Believe victims. That is what she's saying. And she's blasting Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher and everyone else that was involved and how difficult it is to get a conviction. Just wanted to show you guys a little bit of what everybody's saying. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Rabbits out.